Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope yesterday was a nice day. And got a little bit outside if you live in this area. So what do I have today for you? Let's talk about it. I have songs. And songs that are not new. I'm sure you've sang them, but I haven't played them really on this page. So, kind of new, I guess. And then we have caterpillars, and there's something to show you with them. And then I have a lesson for you. We're talking about space this week, so I have a lesson for you. And then I have a book. So we have a lot to do. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's start with Baby Beluga. And I sing it a little differently than the book does, just because it's a lot more words to learn, and it's easier to remember this way. So the chorus changes every verse after every verse, but with the way I do it is I just go back to the original chorus. So if you're saying, this isn't the same as the book, I'm telling you now, it's not going to be the same as the book. All right? I'll read the book another time, and I'll read it the proper way. Sing it the proper way, okay? All right, ready? Baby Beluga. Baby Beluga in the deep blue sea, swim so wild and you swim so free, heaven above and the sea below, and a little white whale on the go. Baby Beluga, oh baby Beluga, is the water warm? Is your mama home with you? So happy, way down yonder where the dolphins play, where they dive and splash all day. The waves roll in and the waves roll out, see the water squirting out of your spout. Baby Beluga, oh baby Beluga, is the water warm? Is your mama home with you? So happy, when it's dark you're home and fed, curl up snug in your water bed. Moon is shining and the stars are out. Good night, little whale, good night. Baby Beluga, oh baby Beluga, is the water warm? Is your mama home with you? So happy, baby Beluga in the deep blue sea, swim so wild and you swim so free, heaven above and the sea below, and a little white whale on the go. You're just a little white whale on the go. Yeah, so it was a fun song to sing. And I know that you guys can go ask your parents to find, there's other YouTube pages and other links, websites of aquariums that are video recording all the animals. And I think there's one in Georgia, the Georgia Aquarium maybe, that's doing beluga whales. I'll have to check it out. Do some research with your parents, okay? All right. A while ago, I sang the book, This Land Is Your Land, and promised you I'd sing the song, too, with my ukulele. So I have it here. All right? And now, we're not singing all those words in the book the same as that Baby Beluga. We're going to just sing part of it. Okay? Same thing. It's a lot to learn. All right? So, this land is your land. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to New York Islands. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land is made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Another pretty song. All right, I'm gonna end on an even prettier song. I think we can really use this right now about spreading peace and joy. I know it's very frustrating at times right now, being stuck inside the house, not seeing your friends or family, but we need to also see what are the good things in life right now too. So let's make sure we're still spreading peace and joy around. Okay, so I'm going to sing Light a Candle for Peace by Shelley Merle. And so there's hand motions you can do. And I will do it the first time. I'll sing it without the ukulele. And then the second time I'll play it with the ukulele. Okay, so it goes like this. Light a candle for peace. Light a candle for love. Light a candle that shines all the way around the world. Light a candle for me. Light a candle for you, that our wish for world peace will one day come true. Sing peace around the world. 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 Light a candle for peace. Light a candle for love. Light a candle that shines all the way around the world. Light a candle for me. Light a candle for you, that our wish for world peace will one day come true. All right, so this time I want you to try the hand motions. Try your best. And I'm going to play the ukulele. Light a candle for peace. Light a candle for love. Light a candle that shines all the way around the world. Light a candle for me. Light a candle for you, that our wish for world peace will one day come true. Sing peace around the world. 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 Light a candle for peace. Light a candle for love. Light a candle that shines all the way around the world. Light a candle for me. Light a candle for you, that our wish for world peace will one day come true. So I hope you continue to light a candle in your life for peace and love and joy. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys the caterpillars. There's something super exciting happening, and I want to tell you all about that. So hold tight. So I didn't want to move them today because look at that. All of the caterpillars are in this backwards J. And that is the beginning process of turning into a chrysalis. And we actually have a chrysalis. Yeah, that one right
there.
Here. Let's see if I can get it focused. Right there is a chrysalis. And we don't want to disturb them, so I left them right where we keep them.
Scare them.
Yeah, we don't want to scare them.
And don't scare the goat.
Look at that. That is the beginning of a formation of a chrysalis. Do you see the caterpillars looking like that in that backwards J form? Well, we'll have to see tomorrow. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about planets, and I have Madison here who wants to help me. And I have a work rug. Madison has her own work rug, so she knows where to do her work on the rug. And I have this beautiful, look how shiny and glittery. I have these different felt pads. And I have planets. Yeah, whoa, indeed. Can you come sit here, Madison?
You made it?
I did. Can you come sit here, Madison?
Cool.
Cool indeed. Thank you. Can you come sit here? So the first thing we need to do is set up our outer space. So I'm going to start here with our sun. Now the sun is not a planet. It is a very, 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 very large star. And it is the center of our universe. And I have some more outer space. And then this next one,
It's a rainbow.
it kind of looks like it. It's the asteroid belt. We're going to have this here represent our asteroid belt. And that's a whole bunch of teeny, teeny rocks that go around and around and around, all the way around. Okay, and then we're going to get some more space. More outer space. You can make this all by yourself. You can make it with paper. You can put little stars, speckled stars, and a sun, and asteroid belt. You can use, this is made out of felt.
I make one.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay. So, I might add one more outer space, just in case, if we need it. Okay, there is our outer space. The first planet closest to the sun is Mercury. You can see how dry and rocky Mercury is, right?
Mama,
So Mercury goes here first. Mercury, then Venus. Look how beautiful Venus is.
my one.
Venus. Can you put Venus here? Anywhere here. Thank you. Mercury, Venus. And then the third planet is Earth. That's where we live. We are the third planet from the sun. Can you put it here? Mercury, Venus, Earth, then
We live ours.
Mars. And we're going to read a book today. Mars. Can you put Mars here, right before? Mars. So we have all these smaller planets. And then this asteroid belt. Mercury, Venus, Earth, then Mars. Then we have the largest planet, Jupiter. And Jupiter has this storm right here.
Yeah,
It's called the big red dot. Yeah, it has a big red dot that never, ever, ever ends. So that storm goes on and on and on and on and on. So we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, then Mars, Jupiter, and then we have Saturn. Thank you, Madison. Saturn. Saturn is known for its beautiful rings. And these rings are actually just a whole bunch of rocks and things like that going around, orbiting around the planet Saturn. It looks like ring. It's going so fast. Can you put that in here? Beautiful. All right, let's see. Mercury, Venus, Earth, then Mars.
We live that.
Yeah, we live on Earth. Jupiter, Saturn. Now, Uranus. People usually think Uranus, but Uranus actually goes this way. Oh, can you let go for 1 second? Uranus goes this way. Some people think that a whole bunch of rocks bonked into Uranus and tilted it this way. So Uranus actually goes this way, and the rings on Uranus go top to bottom. This way, Madison. You put Uranus here.
Okay.
Right there. Thank you. All right, let's see what we have. Mercury, Venus, Earth, then Mars.
We live that.
Where do we live?
On Earth.
On Earth. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and then finally Neptune. Neptune is very, 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 very cold. It's so far away from the sun. It is all the way so far away. Over here. Can you put Neptune over here? Wow. And these are all our planets. We have Mercury, Venus,
We live there.
Earth, then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Now, there are so many ways. I would love to see if you guys could make your own planets. Your own planet system here. You could get a really long black paper. If it's not long enough, you could tape it together and then draw or paint or watercolor or oil pastel. You want to do, are you interested in Jupiter? This one's Jupiter.
This one, Mom.
Yeah. On Friday, I have a fun song for you guys about planet Earth. All right. I hope you enjoyed your lesson on planets. I hope you enjoyed the caterpillars and the lesson on all the planets. And I am happy to, if you want, you guys can reach out to me. You guys can send me an email. I can email you guys a PDF or something to make your own planets. Or you can create it all on your own. I'm very curious. I would love to see your different planets that you make. Send me pics. I can't wait. Okay, so to finish off, we have a book. Now, on Monday, we read a book called Mousetronaut by the astronaut Mark Kelly, right? Well, guess what? There's another Mousetronaut book. And it's called Mousetronaut Goes to Mars. And it is by the author, the astronaut Mark Kelly, and illustrated by C.F. Payne as well. So let's read where Mousetronaut goes, where Meteor goes. The Galaxy rocket was just 1 week away from launching. It would be the first human mission to Mars. Even though Mars was Earth's neighbor, the astronauts would need to travel more than 35 million miles to get there. And Meteor, the mousetronaut, couldn't wait to go. The astronauts had been training for 2 years for this trip. Meteor watched everything they did. Each day, he looked over the astronauts' shoulders as they studied, sat under the table and listened while they ate, and kept a notebook of the flight plan and procedures. Meteor was certain that he'd be going to Mars too. He might not be the biggest astronaut, but he had the power of small. He worked hard to stay in shape. He ran with Claudia. He did chin-ups with Claire. He lifted weights with Charlotte. The mousetronaut was ready. But when the names of the crew were called out, Meteor's name wasn't one of them. The mousetronaut was not on the list. NASA must have forgotten about their newest astronaut. There wasn't a chance Meteor was going to miss this exciting trip. He was small. He could hide. He would stow away. That's never good. You never want to hide. It's not safe. Slowly, carefully, he climbed the launch tower. Then, when NASA's security guard wasn't looking, he hid under the commander's seat. He tried to be as quiet as he could. He was scared. He wasn't scared of the rocket launch. He was scared that he would be caught. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off! The rocket shook. Meteor was pushed against the floor. He held on tight so he wouldn't slide out from under the seat. There was a lot of vibration, much more than he remembered from his launch on the space shuttle, but not enough to bother a mousetronaut. 9 minutes later, they were in space. Meteor loved the feeling of weightlessness. During the long journey, Meteor stayed hidden. He would only come out for crumbs when the astronauts slept. And you'll see on here how they sleep. They actually have to be strapped so they don't float around and bump into things. Isn't that interesting? And as Earth got smaller behind them, the red dot that was Mars grew bigger and bigger. And after 6 months, that's half a year, they finally arrived, and Meteor had stayed hidden the entire time. So it took them something like January, February, March, April, May, and June just to get to their destination. It's a long time being in one spot. When no one was looking, Meteor peeked through the window and saw different shades of red and orange. Mars was nothing like Earth, but it was still beautiful in its own way. He also heard the astronaut making plans. 2 of them would go down to the surface and explore Mars on foot and with a rover. But there was a problem. Galaxy Commanders was talking to Mission Control in Houston. One of the landing craft's engines had failed at its test and wouldn't work. The remaining engine wasn't strong enough to carry even 1 astronaut. There would be no trip to the surface of the red planet. They would need to turn around and return to Earth. But the mousetronaut had an idea. He shot out of his hiding place to the surprise of the crew. "Meteor, where were you hiding?" the commander asked. They were happy to see him, but still sad about their failed mission. The Meteor floated over to the hatch leading to the landing craft. Is it possible?" said Commander. "1 rocket engine could work for someone small enough."
Bring me up. Mom, bring me up.
You can listen right here, see? Oh, no thank you. No thank you. Right here. It was decided Meteor, the mousetronaut, would be the first to set foot on Mars. As he put on his spacesuit, the crew gave him instructions. "You need to gather plenty of rock samples," said one. "And don't forget to bring back some soil," added another. Last of all, they made a tiny American flag and fastened it to a straw.
Don't get me over.
I'm trying to show everyone the picture, too. Meteor tied himself into the seat of the landing craft with some string. It launched from the Galaxy spacecraft and made its way to the surface of Mars.
Mom, it's getting me down.
There you go. The Martian landscape was unlike anything Meteor had seen before. There were no plants. There was no water that he could see. But most important, there were no cats. But he got right to work gathering the samples. The last thing he did before reboarding the landing craft was to plant the tiny flag he'd been given.
What? I want to see.
I know.
Wow.
"Meteor, you saved the day," the crew cheered him as he returned to the ship. "You'll be in the newspaper headlines around the world." The mousetronaut felt very proud. "And we'll make sure you're on our next mission." And it says, "Meteor the mousetronaut, first on Mars. Welcome home parade planned." It's the big newspaper.
I hold this one.
6 months later, Galaxy rocket returned to Earth.
It was snow. It was snow.
It's confetti. The astronauts were all welcomed as heroes, but the smallest among them was the biggest hero of all. Let me show them.
Where's the mouse?
Right here. He's sitting on the, in between the other astronauts. The end. Mousetronaut Goes to Mars. Isn't that a good book? I like that a lot.
Me too.
You like it too? Well, I hope you had lots of fun with our lesson on the planets and our caterpillars that are going into the chrysalis and our songs and stories today. And we'll see you on Friday. And I have a new song for you guys to sing that goes with our theme this week and next week. And
Found you.
you found me. And have a good rest of your day.